Hello everybody, welcome to Chinese Pod. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe.
In today's character mind map, we'll talk about the character dì, which means
earth or ground.
Okay, now here, let's break down this character. On the left side, we have that character tú, which means
Soil and dirt.
soil, dirt, mud, tú. Now, on the right side, you might recognize this character means ye. But ye is also. Now, in the original Chinese, it was a picture and it represents a snake.
Okay, so it's a snake and soil, snake on the ground.
Yeah, I guess that's an easy way to remember it. A snake on the ground, dì, ground or earth. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a lot of words with the character dì inside. Let's check it out. Okay, so we have dì for ground, and we're going to talk about something above ground and below ground. So what are those two words?
Above and below. 上 and 下.
Okay, so we've got our dìshang, which is on the ground. It's not like above, it's just on the ground. So I can say 地上有钱.
Oh, like there's money on the floor.
谁的?
Mine.
Yours. Regardless of whether it's yours, mine. 地上有钱谁的? Okay, and of course we can talk about 地下. Now, for 地下, most of these words are quite long. For instance, 地下铁, which is
subway.
Yes. So we commonly would hear 地下铁 simplified into two words, 地铁.
Okay, yeah.
So eliminating the 下. 地铁 and 铁 is iron. So our ground iron is our metro.
Iron below the ground. Yeah, the metro.
Yeah, literally, right? So do you take the metro to work?
Yeah, of course.
就喜欢坐地铁上班.
I like to take the metro to work.
Yeah, it's more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, agree. I like to walk or take the metro.
Or bicycle as well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so more things under the ground. We also have 地道.
So that would be 地下道.
Yes,
Actually.
simplified.
So a way, a road under the underground.
Exactly. So like a underground passway.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so 道 is path. So if it's underground, this is our underpass. Okay, so I can say 这里车多，我们走地道吧.
Because there's so many cars here, let's take the underpass.
Yeah.
So there's like under crossroads to not interact with all the cars on the streets.
Yeah, and you'll find that a lot in big cities in China, for instance, Hong Kong. Like every couple streets, there's definitely an underpass because there's too many cars and it takes a long time to wait for the light. So underpasses are really fast. Okay, now, 地道, we've mentioned these two characters. You've got the ground and you've got the road. So actually, this exact same phrase can be pronounced in another way. So this word, 地道, is fourth tone, fourth tone. Now, I've got another pronunciation which has another meaning. That's 地道.
So that's the fifth tone in the end.
Yes. And I'll give you a sentence and you can see what this means. 他的中文很地道，因为他是在中国学的。
So my Chinese is very original, like arriving on this ground, local.
Yeah, it's like on the path,
okay.
on the right path. So here we can see 地道 is an adjective, whereas previously the underpass was a noun. And if I say somebody's 中文 is 地道的, that means it is belonging to one that is very local. So it's local because he learned it in China. And we can use 地道 not only to describe language, but also food. So let me give you an example.
Very local food.
Yes. Okay. This place has really good Cantonese food, Chinese food, but it's not in China.
Okay.
温哥华有地道的中国菜。
So Vancouver has a lot of very local Chinese food, although it's not in China.
Because the immigrants all moved over there and started restaurants many years ago. So I have a friend that swears this restaurant in Vancouver has better food than back home in China.
Oh, okay. That's a thing.
So this group of words next is going to be nouns that have the word 地 for the first word. And the second word will create a visual. And I'm sure you know them. So explain these visuals.
Okay.
The first one is 地图.
Ah, okay. 图 is like a picture or a drawing, right? So we have a drawing of the Earth. So what could that be? A map.
Yeah. Are you good at reading maps?
Actually, I would say I'm pretty good because when I was a kid, my dad was always like, when we were driving, was like, okay, you take the map and you tell me how we get there. I will just like, you lead, I'll follow. Whatever you say, we'll drive there.
Your dad?
That's how I learned it, yeah.
Wow. Wow. So I can fairly say, 就很会看地图. On the other hand, 我不会看地图.
Yeah, because you ask me all the time how to get to places.
Yeah, so I really don't know how to read maps, especially if you give me a satellite. I'm the one that's like, everybody laughs at me because the arrow, I turn the phone around and I'm the one that's turning on the streets. 我不会看地图.
But I think that's a very common problem nowadays.
I think so too. So we always need Joe. Even Google can't help me sometimes. Okay, the second one is 地球.
Ah, 球 is like a sphere or a ball. So here we are talking about the globe, like our Earth ball.
Our Earth ball. And because it's our Earth ball, we have to protect it.
Yeah.
This is why you take bikes everywhere mostly,
Bikes,
right?
and I like to buy upcycled products.
Yeah, and I like to walk everywhere. So I can say, 我们都要保护地球.
We have to protect our Earth.
Yes, everybody's responsibility. Okay, so the next one is quite big. I mean, it's not bigger than the Earth, but it definitely happens on Earth, and it's happened in many places in Asia. Okay, this one is 地震.
Oh, okay. 震 is like shaking.
Yes.
So 地震 is when the earth shakes, so it's an earthquake.
Earthquake. Or 震 can be when your cell phone is vibrating too. The Earth's vibration. 地震. 2008年 Sichuan 有个大地震.
So there was a very big earthquake in Sichuan.
Sichuan. 2008. Yeah.
So we have learned that we find the character 地 in words that relate to earth or ground, but we can also find it in words that relate more to the concept of place. For instance, 地方 is a place.
Ah, okay. So I have a question for you. 就你的家在什么地方?
Oh, where my home is? 在柏林.
柏林. 就的家在柏林.
那你呢?
有你的地方都是我家.
You're being very romantic again. So the place where I am at is your home, you mean?
Yes. So I have a question continuing with 柏林. Were you born there?
Yeah, I was born there.
Okay, so I can say 就在柏林出生.
Oh, so I was born in Berlin.
In other words, I can also say 旧的出生地在柏林.
Ah, so my birthplace is in Berlin. So birthplace is 出生地.
Here, it's used as a noun. Okay, so we've got 地方, 出生地. We also have 地名, and 名 means?
Name. So this is a name of a place?
Yes. So for example, have you heard of the place 海地?
That sounds like Heidi, like Heidi Klum, a name.
Yeah, the German supermodel. Actually, 海地是个地名.
Oh, it's a place name, a location name. Okay, wait. Heidi?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh.
Let me give you another one. 奥地利.
Oh, I know this one because it's close to my home. Austria.
That's right. 海地跟奥地利都是地名.
So both are place names.
Okay, so besides 地名, we'll also need to know our 地址.
That's the address.
Yes. And addresses in China are very complicated. There's alleys, there's lanes, there's section, there's dashes.
Then floors and
units.
everything.
Not as easy as European or American addresses for sure. 舅，你知道我的地址吗？
Whether I know your address, I don't know your address, but I know where your place is.
Where?
Wherever I am.
Oh, yes, I said that earlier.
Okay, so today we have learned the character mind map for D, and we talked about that this means earth, ground, and place. So in our first category, we talked about things being above ground or below ground, and we talked about the subway, for instance.
地铁
And then we talked about some visuals that are related to our earth. So for instance, a drawing of the earth, a map.
地图
And then in the end, we talked about the concept of places using this D inside. So we had, for example, your birthplace.
出生地 Okay, I have one more for you to guess. 白兰地
Okay, white, blue, place. Maybe Ivory Coast?
哦，白兰地不是地名
Oh, so it's not a place name. Can you give me any hint? What is it?
白兰地是酒名
Oh, the name of a spirit of alcohol. Brandy. Ah.
And I also knew someone named Brandy too.
Okay, I think there's a favorite singer, or there was a favorite singer in the States as well, Brandy.
So if depending on whether it's a name or a spirit, it might be translated differently. 白兰地 Okay, so if you know any more words with 地 inside, or you want to create some sentences, give us some scenarios, feel free to leave them down below. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe.
下次见，拜
拜拜。
Chinese pod.